Good morning. Welcome. Welcome to another live stream. My name is Franco. This is Trading Futures Live, where I trade live in front of the camera. We trade here NQ Futures. And without further ado, let's go to the pre-market screen, which is this one. Okay, what you're seeing here is the daily chart for the US dollar. Right, we had a spectacular run up yesterday. We broke to the upside a little bit during the London session, and then we came back. We don't have any like important reports coming out other than the EAI short-term energy outlook at 12. Right, that'll bring some volatility to the crude oil market. And then we have a API weekly crude oil stock, right? But that's after market close, right? So not much there. All right, let's come back to the dollar, because the dollar is the chart that I like to see before I trade. Okay, so the dollar has been very, very bearish lately. We have this, and it's been creating some bear flags along the way down. Okay, but the overall outlook for the year is bullish. Okay, this is where we stand. So we had this run up to the upside, and then we're retracing a little bit. It's not even, I would say, like 35% retracement, not even 50%. The 50% coincides with this pivot, 103, around 103. Okay, we're at 105.13 right now. All right, so let's go to the 30-minute, right? So we can see what is going on. Yesterday, double bottom in this demand, very good. We bounced from here. Now, I would expect that the dollar wants to retest these couple pivots created right before. Now, the bearish outlook on the short term hasn't changed yet. We haven't even broken Friday's high, which is this one. Okay, and if you see the NQ, it's very similar. The NQ, that means that we haven't broken Friday's low on the NQ. So this is the NFP spike that we had in the dollar. Okay, the ES broke that low, but it's not the case from the NQ. Okay. Good morning. All right, so I do have this London supply created here. If you go down to the 5 minutes, okay, this is the London Open right here. This massive candle to the downside. Okay, so that massive candle to the downside delimits my supply for the day. Okay, so the scenarios are the following. I do have two scenarios. If you are part of the Discord group, go there on the pre-market bias. I post my pre-market bias. I try to do it every day. I certainly did it today. So here's the outlook for today. If we do this, then we will have some more downside, and the short entry. Sorry, this will be the short side of the equity markets. Okay, this type of behavior. Okay, and the short entry will be here around this circle, right? The long. So this is one short scenario for me today. That short scenario on the equity markets. So another thing that could happen is this. All right, so the end of this is around here, is that we come here about to this level, and then we start dropping, right? So I want to be cautious when we are at this level, because this level can mean a long on the equity markets right here. See that? This is scenario number 2, long on the equity markets. Scenario number 3, is we come down to this level, we test this pivots or this one rather, and then a continuation. This will be a long on the equity markets. Okay. So one scenario, so we have two longs, one short, right? And I am biased short. I put biased short just because I'll show you the next charts that I'm looking at. Okay. So one scenario that could happen, right? And we need to be aware of is we come to this level, right? Give me 1 second. I want to see where the London Open is right here. So we come to this level, okay? And then we reach, okay. Come to this level, we retrace back down here around this level, and then we continue. This can give us a short opportunity on the equity markets, okay? Always watching the internals and the dollar, okay? Then you have the bond rates, right? The bond yields. The bond yields are mixed. Short term of the curve are going up, long term are going down. So 10-year has been going down quite dramatically since by the end of October, right? Since 434 to 357 right now. We're sitting in this demand that I am considering turning into supply, right? So if this area is gonna work as a supply, so we will expect something like this. And this is not just today, this is daily, right? So we could base a little bit and then continuation to the downside. So this chart makes me a bit neutral, right? Against the dollar is more bullish. This one makes me a little bit neutral, okay? If you go to the lower time frame, I like to see the 1 hour. We haven't broken any high since last Wednesday. Okay, so I'm not very enthusiastic about bond yields. If we happen to break to the high here, and then yes, but it's yet to see. Most likely scenario is more continuation to the downside. We've been chopping around today, not much on the futures. VIX, big gap up yesterday. And now we're within yesterday's range. We don't have any news that can give us some volatility, so I'm not very enthusiastic either about this chart to move up or down, right? So this is another chart that makes me 100% neutral. All right. Let's watch a crude oil. Crude oil has been coming down. I like to watch crude oil and metals just to see, just to try to assess where the dollar is going. Okay. So we did have this demand 74, and the supply was 83.64. We came shy to it, like 83.35 a few days ago. That was last Thursday, and now we're retracing. I don't have any high quality demand here. Like if you go to the 5 minutes and you want to find something there, all the demand and consolidation is down here around 74, right? A lot of volume traded here, very, very choppy, right? This is all overnight mostly. Yeah, so London Open is right here. And then we opened up right here to the upside. So but I don't have any like high quality demand right here, like 9. There you go. No, 9. You have the 9 a.m., which is when crude oil opens, came down to fill these orders, right? And finally took off from here. I want to say this one, but it's 11 a.m. I don't like it too much. All right. So where we're at, you put the 3 hours. Yeah, we're at this level more or less. It's just not bad. It's some consolidation here, but we did have this one, and we had probably a 4-to-1 trade, 3-to-1, right? Risking the entire area. This is a massive area, right? But nevertheless was a good area. All right, so that's it. Let's go to the 500, right? So this is my main trading screen. Let's go put the dollar here in position so we have the dollar at all times. The dollar is trying to push higher. So I'm going to mark off the high of the London Open, which is the blue line right here. And then I'll pay attention to it, right? I wouldn't be surprised if we open up to the upside and then try to sell a little bit. So the dollar, one thing that I've learned about the dollar is that the dollar does not move straight. Like, it has its pauses, right? Peak and trust. So you need to be aware of that. So the dollar does not squeeze as easy as any other asset, like a stock or equity index, or it's harder for the dollar to be squeezed. So right now, NQ is selling off prior to the open. All right, so we're off. Morning. Good morning, all. Welcome. So remember that trading is inherently risky and you can lose all your capital, right? So please don't take my trades. Trade at your own risk, and feel free to share. That's what we're here for. Feel free to share so we can learn from you and you can learn from us. So there's a bit of divergence in the markets. NQ is holding to the upside, ES as well, while YM and RTY are pointing down. We were checking MRCI correlations earlier during the Discord session, and I realized that the ES is 92% opposite correlated to the inversely correlated to the dollar. I trade the NQ around at 80%, right? So that means that it's harder to be precise. It's easier to be precise on the ES with the dollar. So I need to look into that in a more detailed manner. All right, so we broke the overnight. Now look at this divergence. Now the YM is pushing higher. RTY and NQ are just holding to a low side. Yeah. In NQ, the dollar is in the London supply. Is a supply created during the London session. So I don't want to just short this blindly, okay? Because I am neutral, bearish, biased. That doesn't mean that I need to short right now. I want to short when the dollar is ready. Now the tick chart went through the zero line pretty easily, right? This is not a very bearish scenario. All right, huge divergence there. The YM is pointing a lot higher than the NQ on RTY. ES is going higher too. So in this scenario, I want to check on the rate on the bond yields. That's why. So bond yields are trying to push higher. That's why NQ hasn't picked up yet. Yeah, that's why. That's the reason. And I enhance is weird because the dollar is retracing, but the bond yields are going up. But apparently bond yields are putting some more pressure to it. So this is the demand from yesterday. This is the demand from, this is the demand from Friday, which is overnight. This was violated by the ES already. NQ still holding right there. So low from Friday is this 11,740. So I would think like if we break to the downside, we might have some more continuation. Three more minutes for the 7 minute. 3 more minutes for the 7 minute. I like to see the 7 minute just because I use multiple term frame analysis, and I usually use the multiple of 6 to go down in time frame. So if I go to the daily divided by 6, I go to the 4 hours divided by 6, I go to the 40 minutes divided by 6, I go to the 7 minute. It's like 6 and something, right? So I like the 7 minute. And the 7 minute I divided by 6 is like the 1.5 minute. But I don't use that low of a time frame. I go to the volume bar. So it looks like volume is going to be good. So average volume for the first 7 minutes is around 22,000. We are at 15 right now, but it's 1.5 minute to go. So it looks like it's going to be a good volume day, regardless of no news events. So classic break and retest scenario is setting up right here. I want to see how this 7 minute closes. No. Look, volume slowed down big time. We're not even getting to 20,000. That's weird. The last 2 minutes we just made like 3,000 contracts. And let's see a rollover. When the rollover starts by the end of the week, so we gotta be aware of that too. ESZ, yeah, now volume is very slow, and the other ones, yeah, still. What are you guys thinking? Long, short, short, long? Feel free to share. I'm looking for the short right now, just because the dollar is falling from there. I want to see if this holds, if this area on the dollar holds, that'll mean a very nice short. I do have this. This is the overnight, right? The overnight is always a very sensitive area, but I don't want to. Like, it's so close. We don't have a leg out, and the risk is huge. Risk is very big. Wow. ES is turning around big time. See if we can get 71. It's not very good. The location is not very like good, but I think we have some more room. This demand is already tested. We proved this that was not spectacular. Like after the drop on the NFP, we never managed to go higher. Like if you see here, this is the NFP. This is the NFP drop. Where is it? There we go, here. No, this is yesterday. This is the NFP drop. Boom. We never go high. We never went higher from here. So market looks pretty weak. Now all these buyers are trying to fill this thing here. So we don't have any like news. 60 points. Yeah. Well, if I get in here, yes. But it's yet to see. It's 53 points. But I need to see where I get in first. Everything to the left is overnight. Everything to the left is overnight. Yeah. Below the pivot from NFP, we have that 7% day, And that stop is around, first stop is around 705, 11705. I got around here. So this is the first stop after this. Look, because one thing that could happen is that we come here, we barely break, and we go up, right? We could go up, and then if we happen to come back again here, is less likely that is going to work again, okay? So after we break this, we might go up a little bit, just because this is the low from the NFP report, and a lot of buy orders are there. But the dollar looks pretty solid yet. I mean, still. If the dollar changes, then I will change my bias. The chart is starting to make lower lows. ADQD is trying to retrace to the downside. I want to go see what Apple is doing. Flat. Microsoft. Flat. Alphabet. Flat. Amazon. Flat. Yeah, everything is pretty much flat. All right, so this thing is just selling off. No retracement, no nothing. And you guys know how I trade. I need a retracement. So the dollar is in good position. But every time it goes down, my trade gets lower and lower probability. Meaning, if I were to enter here, it's going to be lower probability. If I were to enter here, it's going to be lower probability, and so on. So my probability right now is this, 11,771. Does not look very, very, look how close we were here. Look how close we were here. We can get rid of this. So 11,705 is the first stop. It was a demand created during the, do you remember the 7+% day? All right, so that's the that's a 2 afternoon candle open right here. And it coincides with the rally-based rally. If we go to the left, yeah, you can see here this. Is this the highest probability? Not at all, but it coincides with the pivot and it has some probability. Okay. Let's go to the internals. All right. Internals not diverging. ADQD going down. Dollar going up. Oh. So is anything being created here? Like on the way down, I don't even bother. There's nothing here. Okay, so we can have a bounce easily to this level 740. So if we get a bounce to this 740 level, I will be looking at this one. Okay. But it doesn't look very probable. Tick chart is just getting hammered. It gets to the 0 line and then it sells off. So tick chart creating a new positive extreme. Yeah, the dollar didn't break to the upside, which makes me a bit skeptical here for the short. All right, so 3 seconds for the 5 minutes. If you guys have difficulties recognizing the areas, just get good at one side. If you're good at longs, right? Flip the image. Just take a picture, flip it, and turn it so you can watch the formation on the opposite side. That's what I did. So I got better in the short side. I was very good picking at demands, but not so good at picking supplies. So what I did is, all right, so this is the image that I'm looking for, right? This is the price pattern. This is a candle pattern that I'm looking for on the long side, right? So what I did is, let's say this is the price pattern, right? And then I will take a picture, right? Paste it somewhere. Boom. And then I save it. Yes. Right? And then I go downloads. There you go. So this is the image, right? So what I would do is this. Flip it. And so turn it around and then flip it. Where is it? There you go. There you go. See that? So I look for this type of formations or this one. Does this look like a good demand? It does, right? It's turned around. It's turned around. So rally, base, rally, right? That's what I do. Morning. Welcome. All right, so this is a second short that I had. We never made it here. And we might not make it. For me, the only way to make it here is that we get deep into this area and then we bounce. And then we bounce. But for me to take this long, it needs to be in 5 minutes. Because I don't want to be against the momentum on the 7 minute. And the momentum right now is down, right? So if this stays here, and closes around, let's say, I don't know, probably here, right? And then in 4 minutes it retraces to the downside, then yes. But for now, it's a no-no for me. Just the momentum is down. I just need to go for supplies. All right, there's nothing. There's nothing for me to take right now. Momentum is down. We were expecting this, but we had no entries. And now it's going to continue going down. Now, although it's going down, tick chart is starting to diverge. Now it's curious because if we go see this, right? Um, if we go see this, we go see this. Oh, this is a 500 volume. But let's say we go to the 30-minute. We're almost reversing that. Oh, this is the 4% day. This is the 7% day. See that? This is the 4% day we had last week. I think it was Thursday, right? So we might head into this level. We might be heading to this level. Yeah, this is when the Powell was speaking, I think. Yeah. All right, guys. So staying put is the hard part of this business. Um, I know there's a lot of movement, but the only retracement that we had was this one, and my order was here 740. It got to 36. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Only waiting here, watching this thing melt down. Yeah, dollar is about to reach the London Open high again, right? Is this going to be the bounce? We don't know. I don't want to know. I don't want to like test my luck there, right? So what I would do is I would just wait for the retracement. If we have a further retracement, right, and short this thing higher. Maybe this. $660. Down, down, down. Morning, Joe. We're waiting for that short. Now, one of these scenarios playing out on the dollar, right? So remember the scenarios that we had on the at the beginning? All right, going up. Now we want the dollar to retrace down, right? Retrace down to somewhere around this level and then a continuation further, right? And this is going to be our short. I do think the dollar has some room to retrace, right? But ultimately, we need to break to the upside here. We need to break to the London Open to the upside if we are going to have a real sell-off. If we happen to have if we are going to have a sell-off today, we're having a little bit, like 1.5%. The ES is minus 1%, right? So I want to find somewhere in the dollar that we can trade the dollar long, meaning short on the equity markets. I don't want to just jump into this, okay? After it dropped so much. You have 692 as a possible retracement point. All right, so tick chart again on the zero line. Could we have the bounce from here? Yeah. If we get the bounce, we're gonna get ready for shorts. If we have the bounce. Yeah, so this level is quite like is it has some buying pressure here. So 4 minutes for the 7 minute. So that means that we can have a turnaround there. Hmm. So this area has been a level of buying right here. Let's see how much can it last, and if it can, because if it doesn't last, it's gonna be good for us because we can short from this level. It's not good location, but we can lower our risk. We can risk less money and try to short from here after we break to the downside, if we happen to break, right? Could be short covering, who knows? But it's holding. That's a good question. So first we need to break down. If we break to the downside, we need to see where, because this one I don't like this too much. This level, right? So this pivot for me is not a valid pivot for me to like put my target, right? So I need to go to the left, and if I go to the left, what do I find here is not much. Well, look, we have this pivot here. This pivot's where that day, the plus 4% day, we were basing the entire day. So that's where I do think we could go. So, and this level is what? 511. No, sorry. 554. 554. 554 is right here. So yeah, the target can be around here. Let's put here TP. This one, the blue. If we happen to break to the downside, but we need to break first. 7 minutes holding pretty nicely. Yeah. At this point, I do think we will have some retracement from here. Because this thing does not hold like this in vain. It does hold, with a purpose. Either to the upside or the downside. And the dollar is getting higher. So I do think the bounce is gonna come, right? The bounce is going to come. It looks more likely that it doesn't. Yeah, so this is an area now that we can be careful, right? So we need to break this first. We need to break first this. See how choppy went? Yeah, I do OCO, yeah. Mixed signals. Yeah. Yeah, the retracement comes sooner or later, right? Now the dollar is retracing. Look at this. The dollar is retracing. See that? Blue line, retracement. So we need to wait for the retracement to somewhere around here. Some of these levels. That's where we're gonna short. Oh, bro, retracement, the dollar in place, and short. I think we have room to go up to 555. We got to 610. So 555 is not crazy. But retracements happen, like, inevitably. Yeah. I haven't taken any trade yet. 30 minute. How much is it? 6 more minutes for this 7. Yeah, I don't have anything here. Nothing here. So next stop might be. Oh, there we go. We're at it. We are at it. We are at it. See if we can break to the upside or the downside. Dollar still pushing higher. Dollar is still pushing higher a little bit. There you go. Wow. I don't know if this retracement would have been enough. Like, look at the dollar. Dollar had 0 retracement. 0. Just a little bit. So I would have preferred. I would have preferred this one, to be honest. Would have preferred that one, to be honest. 660. If we don't trade today, it's fine as well. Like, you have to have that mentality of acceptance. If not, you're gonna get crazy, because this thing is gonna move every time. But if you're not in it, I'd rather just miss a trade that's suffering from FOMO. Like, it's gonna cost me too much money. And I am suffering right now, because I had my context right. I was thinking about shorting, but never got to it. But that's just part of the process, right? Yeah. Yeah. But look, I rather just endure the pain of missing out than endure a bad trade. Like, bad trades cost much money, too much money. Not only money, it costs you the mental account. That's where I struggle. That is where I struggle with my mental account. But I'm surprised how people rather lose money than miss on trades, that pass on trades. They rather losing money than pass trades. That is so bad. Dollar is about to break to the upside. Never came back. It's amazing. It's amazing. Dollar strength is beautiful. We're about to see this thing just retracing back down, I guess. Unless the dollar has supply there and then we can come back. That's why I have to have a clear plan what to do every like in is this thing gonna retrace or no? So a lot of selling at this level, a lot of buying at this level. So we're trapped. We're trapped. I know the dollar is at the highs, is at its highs. So most likely we will have the retracement, but nobody knows. Like it's hard. It's hard to see this. We're trapped. Let's wait for it. So here we go. So this is the, I think this is the one that we're looking for. This one. Right at this line. There you go. Let's wait for it. Dollar retracing, not much. That's the thing. You're gonna short this thing here and the dollar is not retracing. Doesn't make sense. Probably this one, but it's tested. It's retested. Too much. 640 and 650 is 650 is fresh. Yeah, see that? Doesn't make sense. Because the retracement sooner or later is going to come. Let's wait patiently for the retracement. Tick chart is about to hit the zero line. Let's see how it bounces from there. If it bounces. Yeah, I think the dollar has some more room to go down still. Yeah, we never broke the high. Like we were like at the high. Remember, London session is very powerful for the dollar. And then we have 640 about to come in. Yeah, like zero line made nothing to the tick chart. Zero. So I don't know where the momentum is going right now. Probably down. All right, so 640 comes into play. Is tested 3 times. No, not my zone, not the one that I want, that I prefer taking it. Dollar continues to push down a little bit, not much. Two more minutes for the 7 minute, and the dollar is pushing down a little bit. Not good. If we want the retracement and this thing is not going up and the dollar is going down, we need this thing to go up if we want to short it. Because the dollar is going down and I have nothing there. I got this one, but it's not my favorite. It's too tested. Yeah, it's working right now, but for how long? We came here twice. This is the third time. The fourth time. This is the fourth time. No, no trades today, yo. No, I just need the dollar to be lined up. This is not confirmation bias. I know what confirmation bias is and when I do it. And sometimes I do it, but not today. Not today. Look, it's straightforward. My zones needs to be fresh. I'm not even watching the tick chart. The tick chart is not very important for me today. It's a dollar mainly. Confirmation bias instead of that is not, it's not that a mess. I think confirmation bias is when you're trying to support your theory and you're trying to find things to line up just to support your theory. Not because I'm looking for like 10 things to line up. I think if you have a complex trading plan but the plan is more accurate, it's not bad. I mean, if you have too many things to line up for you to take a trade, I don't see it necessarily bad. I think I see it more like a strength, right? It'll keep you out of bad trades. I mean, if that is your way to trade, right? Mine is very straightforward. It's not complicated. So I said the dollar is not in position. It's because the dollar is not in position yet. What's your day for Apex? Got it. So how many days more for your 7 days? Nice. Which one did you buy? The 150? $150. Oh, 300. I don't like the conditions. Like, I don't like the conditions. The threshold to pull the money out is too high. I think it's 7,000, right? The 150 is the one that I like. It has a 5,000 drawdown for 9,000 profit target, which is less than 2 to 1. And to withdraw money, you just need $5,000. Later in the futures, yeah, in the future, yes, if you want to, but I don't think it's necessary. You can have as many as, well, not as many as you want, but you can have up to, I think, 20, 150. But after I realized that you get so this smaller account you have, and you get 10. Oh, yes. Yeah. Yes, that is true. Yeah. I got used to the 150 though. I got used to the 150. But here's the deal. So the market is so weak. It's so weak. Um, dollar is coming down. Now is where we need the retracement. This retracement was here. I didn't take it because of tested area. You guys know that I don't take retested area. I just need one retest. And this one, two, this is the fourth time. So it's hard for me to take this type of trades. Sometimes I can miss out on trades. But the good thing is that I'm not gonna get into the chop and get trapped on trading that. Some of you want me to trade, but I just take my trades, and it's hard for me to take those trades. And yes, these type of days when are good, could have made a lot of money, but it could have, should have, would have. I didn't. Why? Because my plan does not let me to trade certain things. I mean, it has worked better for me. It has saved me money. Wow, look at this. So the dollar is collapsing. Has dropped 242 to 86 in 10 minutes. But this thing is not going up. There you go. So there's no divergence on the tick chart. Everything is pretty much lined up. ADQD has been flat since 1040, 1035s. Yeah. Yeah, the long dollar's dropping big time. So look at this retracement on the dollar. It's brutal. 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 Now it's starting to go up, but like I rather the short still. Now, if we start breaking down on the dollar, but we're still on the lows from uh from 8 a.m. I want to try this. See if we can have this. All right, so I am 1-to-1. I'm moving my stop break even. Let's see if we can have this 3-to-1 is 594. We'll need to break all this. Not gonna be easy. But we need the next 5 minutes is in 1.5 minutes. That's not good. We don't have time. The 7 minute is too young still. So we might have one more retracement before the drop. We'll see. Tick chart already hit the extreme. Yeah, and the dollar is in a nice demand from US Open. Let's see if we have some more continuation to the downside. It's not the best trade, high probability, but the momentum is not up. So we did have the retracement. Dollar is in position. Although I did have a tested supply, the dollar was in position, so I weighed the dollar a lot. So let's see, this is not going to be an easy thing to break, right? Especially here. So I might scale out here a little bit. Oh, no. It's going to go... Yeah, I might scale out here a little bit. Just because. So I have 13 contracts. I'm going to take 9. All right, I already scaled out 9, just 4 left. And okay, I got target. Yeah, I got target. This is my short. This is my scale out. This is my target. When dollar is in position, I do feel more confident. I don't need to take crappy trades. There's no need. Yeah, thank you, buddy. Like, look, I was very impatient. I was very impatient. My brother, who I think is watching, George, who I think is watching, can certify that I was the most impatient person, trader. As a matter of fact, one day, this friend of mine, George, he was betting that I couldn't wait till 11 a.m. to put a trade. Now I won the I won the bet because I just waited for like 11:01 to put my first trade. I won my $100 and then I probably lost 500 trading. But the thing is that I was very impatient, and it cost me a lot of money. And I get really impressed how people rather just not missing out on trades. They rather not missing out on trade than losing money. They rather losing money than missing the trade. It's crazy. No, and look, Taurus, I'm talking very individually. This is a very individual thing, right? I know a lot of people can make money in this crap. Like, look here, a lot of people can make money. I don't know how to make money in this thing, right? I'm talking very individually. Everything I say is my experience. I don't compare to anybody. I don't talk about anybody, right? I don't try to teach you or show whatever I don't know, right? Whatever I talk about is because I know it. I think yeah. Even let's say today you overweighted, right? You waited too much, you hesitated, right? Now when that happens, that sometimes happens to me. When sometimes that happens to me, what I do is, all right, I waited too much. How could I have taken this trade, right? And I try to look for commonalities. I try to go and look for things that would have made me get into the trade, right? That's it. But I'd rather just waiting and miss trades and not make money any given day. Let's say one day I don't make money, than take a FOMO trade or just chase price, all those kind of things that cost me too much money. Look, this is not an entertainment channel. This is a trading channel, right? Particularly my style. If you guys don't like my style, you can go and look for another guy that trade your style. And I do believe that I'm a firm believer that this is so individual that you gotta go for the style and the way of trading that resonates with you personally, with your way of thinking, the way you think is the best way to trade. I had 13. This is micro. So I had 13 and I closed 9 here and the rest of them here. Just this, look. And it was more than 2 to 1, I think. This was my, yeah. So no, I closed 9 3 to 1. I think I gotta go check the recording, but I think the stop was here. And look, I got more than 3 to 1. Yeah. And the only thing that I had was $1. Right? I just waited for the dollar, and look, the dollar is hesitating. It went up on my trade, and then it's just hesitating. Oh, there you go. My stop was 630, so 630. Wow, no, I got more than 3 to 1 here. Wow. 4? Yeah. More or less 4 to 1 in this trade. Not bad. Yeah. It moved fast. Now it's trying to reverse the entire move. Do you see how lucky this can be? This could have been this movement, but it was this one. So it's completely random. So you place trades, the conditions are there. It's completely random. I could have lost a trade. That's the thing. Nobody knows about this. It's just it's a numbers game. It's a probability game. No, I do have my risk set here, and I have a calculator. I don't decide. I have a calculator, right? So this works like this. Let's say I'm gonna risk this area, right? Are you watching, right? Jingling. Let's say 604, 591, right? So if I go here, right, and I put here 2%, right? And let's say it's $350, 1.5%, right? And I go here long. This is not going to be a trade. It's just for demonstrating the risk management tool that I use. So this thing shows me the risk and reward ratio, but the most important thing about this is, all right, okay, do you see how if I want to risk from this line 604 to 591, this is my entry and this is my stop, entry, stop, right? It's showing 13 contracts, right? All right. Look what happens when I narrow the zone, meaning instead of risking that, I'm gonna risk this. You see how much went up? 1 contract. If I want to do this, oh no, this has a max. This has a max. Sorry, give me 1 second. Let me set it up for you. Damn. There you go. 14 contracts, right? If I narrow it, why this thing is not doing it? Oh, I know. Give me 1 second. Here, default display 13. Let's put here. There you go. Somehow this has a max position size. I don't know why. Because if I risk less, it should be putting more contracts here. The intraday probably. Intraday margin. Oh, there we go. Yeah. I had activated the intraday thing. Okay. The intraday margin. So he was calculating on the size of my account and you do it here, like intraday margin, right? The intraday margin is a lot lower. All right, so the thing is, I want to take this long. If I were to take this long, it would put 13 contracts, right? But what if I narrow the area and I want to risk less size here? It'll go up in contracts just to balance the risk of $350, right? So if I put the order here, hypothetically, I'll be risking $350. You see that? Or less. Now, if I cancel, right, and I go ahead and I change this to $200, right? If I put here $200 and I want to risk the same zone. Now it's putting 7. Do you see that? Now, if I want to risk $200, but I wanna risk this area, now it's putting 10 contracts. And when you click submit, you have $185, right? It's $200 or less. So that's the way the calculator works. So you can do that manually. It's not complicated. Do you follow me, Jingling? Yeah. So that is one way you can risk a standard dollar amount per trade, right? And sometimes you see me sometimes you see me lowering my risk just because I think the trade is lower probability. So MS says static target price is also proving losing strategy. By the way, not every trade will hit certain risk and reward ratio. Support or resistance wins. Yeah, I completely agree. That's why I try to trade from zone to zone, but I don't want my target price to go further than an opposite zone. That's why I scaled out. That is why I decided to scale out here, because I saw this after the fact, right? It didn't work, but it could have worked. Actually, it worked below this. See that? So that's look, if you see this, if you see the chart like an absolute true, if you try to see this chart and you try to place a winning trade, that might not happen. So you gotta think in probabilities. You gotta think, all right, I have the conditions and I execute. And it can make money, it can lose money. Right? It has a probabilistic outcome. There's no certainty. It's too hard. It's too hard to be certain. I think you're setting up for failure if you want to take a winning trade. Now, MS, can I ask you a question? Do you think I have a losing strategy? I do not use static target price. I try to go for a minimum 3-to-1, and that's my static target price. On my risk and reward ratio is hard, and you don't know when a zone is gonna give you more or less. You absolutely don't know. And keep looking bullish. Double bottom. Dollar still in the same area. I think the NQ has some more room to go up. But to say that is completely bullish, I don't know. I wouldn't say that. I think we have some more room to go to 550 today. I mean, is that going to happen? It's nobody know. I mean, I don't know. I think there is room. Where it's bouncing from? To the left, I don't see any area that I am interested in. All right, guys, I'm gonna close the live stream. Gotta be in Fort Lauderdale at 1. So I'm gonna take a shower and leave. All right. If you like what I do, please consider subscribing to the channel, and if you like the video, please like it so we can reach more people. No problem. Thank you, guys. See you tomorrow. Okay. You too. Bye bye.